20 years ago today, residents in New Hampshire woke up to find the symbol of their state just gone. Sometime on the night of May 2nd, 2003, the Old Man of the Mountain crumbled.
Yeah, the Old Man of the Mountain, sometimes called the Great Stone Face, was a natural outcropping, you're looking at it here, of rock that had been shaped by centuries of the weather, and from a distance, at the right angle, it resembled a face. The Old Man became a symbol of the state of New Hampshire to this day. You'll find it on their coins, their highway signs, on police cruisers, and much more.
And it factored into Native American lore. According to the Abenaki tradition, the stone face was that of a man waiting for his lover to return, not realizing she had died while away. A week after the collapse, the state held a memorial service.
Hundreds of people, including the governor and the man who oversaw care of the formation, turned out for that. Our Jennifer Millette was there.
We've all loved him for years.
Never in our lifetimes did we think that this was going to happen.
Bye-bye, old man.
When you're 10,000 years old, you make a lot of friends. Now it's time for them to say goodbye.
The old man fell off the mountainside.
The Old Man of the Mountain, New Hampshire state symbol, crumbled last weekend. Mother Nature decided it was time for him to go.
On May 2nd, 2003, our world changed forever.
The old man's best friend was David Nielsen, his caretaker.
Of all the ways that it could have occurred, it happened the best way. You know, he passed away in his sleep, and people woke up to the shock that it had occurred.
To some, it might seem kind of silly to make a big deal out of this. But to these people, the old man was more than just a pile of rocks.
It stands for the freedom that we all know and love. It stands for live free or die, our famous motto. And most especially to me, it represents the great family values that this spot brings to so many millions of families that have visited it.
Franconia Notch is still a tourist attraction, but now people are stopping by not to see what is here, but to see what is gone.
It was Jennifer Millette reporting in 2003. Now, almost immediately after the Old Man of the Mountain vanished, Governor Craig Benson formed a task force, listening to the public and trying to figure out what to do with that site.
More than 5,000 people made suggestions, and by a 5-to-1 margin, they opposed rebuilding the Old Man. Task Force Chairman Steve Merrill said that wasn't really possible anyway.
It fell so cataclysmically that it didn't even scrape the side of the mountain, and it fell 1,400 feet. So finding the original pieces and putting it back together is not technologically feasible.
I'm very happy with the recommendation. From the beginning, my family was very much entrenched in making sure that nothing was done on the mountain again. We believe that the old man was born naturally, lived naturally, and died naturally, and that's what we wanted to see.
Amazing to think a whole generation of kids growing up in New Hampshire have never gotten the chance to see it in real life. But today there are walking paths, viewing paths, and informational brochures and placards. And by the way, the Abenaki story does have a final ending. They say that when the Great Stone Face fell, the man who had been waiting for his love was finally reunited with her, ending that long wait.